Later in the debate, Rob, the question we're going to be putting is the peace deal with the FARC in trouble?
I wouldn't have thought so. First of all, Ivan Duque is already saying that he wants to keep the peace treaty in place. What he wants to do is make changes to it. I suppose the question would be, is it possible to make changes to the peace deal without sinking it? And I think there are a certain amount of fairly justified doubts about that, because if you start tinkering, what does it mean? Does it mean making sure that many members of the FARC who are at the moment free serve time in prison? That would clearly antagonize the supporters of FARC, who believe that they've gone far enough. There will be demands made about, well, if FARC are going, certain members of FARC are going to be held accountable, what about members of the military who are also guilty of crimes against humanity in the period before the treaty was signed in 2016? There are an awful lot of problems, not least the fact that there's an awful lot of international backing behind the peace treaty as well. So it would be difficult, I think, to make significant changes to it. Plus, it's not clear that he's really got a mandate for it either. Remember, he won. He got a substantial lead, 12% in the polls, but only 44% of the electorate turned out for the vote. So, he doesn't have overwhelming popular support for it. And there is a strong view that even within his own party, there are many who would rather let this by, just move on. There are other issues that Colombia needs to deal with, not least drugs, but unemployment as well, corruption, issues that were very big ones during the election and allowed Gustavo Petro to make the left candidate to make a pretty strong showing. The first time that a leftist candidate has done so well in the second round of a presidential, or at any stage in a presidential election in Colombia.